Good morning, Starshine. This is Smadar, and I'm from Song of Stones. And I am here to talk to you today about green obsidian. And if you hear me making a little bit of noise right now, I'm just plugging in my iPad because, of course, as soon as I start recording, I get the little button saying I'm running out of battery. So those of you who know me know and who are part of the community would have received our Sunday Sparkle, our Crystal Moon message this past weekend with a message from this beautiful spiderweb obsidian sphere. It's not what we normally would think of when we think of obsidian. Obsidian, well, normally when we think of obsidian, we think of the dark, the black obsidian. And those are quite common. And if you're part of the crystal community, you probably would have heard of it. The colored obsidian is more rare. You will find lots of it out on the market, and a lot of it is man-made. So I'm not going to tell you how to tell the difference between the man-made stuff and the natural stuff, because I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I rely on getting my crystals from a reliable source, a trustworthy source. And if I don't trust the source, I won't bring in obsidian at all, because I know that there's so much of the man-made stuff. Now, having said that, well, you know what? First, let me show you the green obsidian that I have here, because today we're talking about green obsidian, and there's a reason for that. The reason is that I have these two pieces that do not come from a reliable source, and I suspect are man-made. And I wanted to show you the difference between the two. So these are the ones, somebody sent them to me and said, we have green obsidian, do you want to buy some? And they're lovely. They're large. You can see how big they are. And they're gorgeous. And I don't know if you can see the rainbow. Let me turn it and see if I can show it to you. There you go. There's a gorgeous rainbow in this one. You can often find rainbows in obsidian, especially when they're cracked. And as natural glass, or not natural glass, they do crack. So those are the ones that I am not sure of their origin. And then these are the ones that I got from a trusted supplier. And I'm sold out of the green ones, but I wanted to show them to you. And if you do want to connect with them, these three are here. I've used them in a star song before, and that's what, and you can always get in touch with me and connect with me and let me know if you would like to receive their energy through a star song. They're quite gorgeous, and they've got, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some bluish streaks in this one. They have a bit of an opalescence to them. Really gorgeous. And then this is another type of green obsidian. This is a natural green obsidian. It's opaque. You can see its glassy texture. And it's also spiderweb obsidian. And if you look at the sphere and at the stone, you can see the colors, the same colors, except in the stone there's more of the light green, and in the sphere the light green is just a strand that runs along the circumference of the sphere. But you can really feel, you can even feel that they're the same stone. I'm going to go in a little closer and let you see if you can get that sense. So, let me bring it up. Bring it closer rather than try and get the camera. I just let you have a feel of that. And you can kind of get an idea of how sometimes you just feel the energy of something and you know it's the same. I encourage you guys to do that, to take different forms of a stone and different stones that are, you know, like bloodstone or types of jasper, or stones that, or Suleiman is a good one, stones that are very varied in their coloring, and play with them a little bit and see if you can feel that, if you could feel that their energy is the same, even though they look different. I encourage you to play with the stones, because this is how we get to know them. This is how we start to be able to sense their energies. By sitting with them and playing with them and feeling the feeling what we're feeling, you know, and you can really start to get a sense. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is man-made versus natural. So let's say you do have a piece of green obsidian and it's not natural. Does that mean you can't use it for healing? I mean, really it depends on you, but you can do healing work and energy work, and you can explore the inner worlds with man-made stones. We do it all the time, sometimes without realizing. And if you ever use a pendulum, a lot of times you're using man-made materials. You're using the crystal too, but you know, you're also using the man-made materials with whatever it is that's holding the pendulum. It could be sterling silver. It could be copper. If you've ever used, if you've ever connected with Yemingzu, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Yemingzu is an amazing, amazing stone that was really only known to emperors and kings, because it was such a rare and such a valuable stone. And now there's a man-made version of it. And that's the one I've been using, and I've been having an amazing connections with it, and amazing spiritual shifts. Amazing. And it's a man-made stone, and it's the only way that I would be able to experience it. I mean, there are natural versions of it, and I've been trying to get a hold of them. If I ever do, I will let you know, because that's high on my list. And if you've ever used Zincite, Zincite is a man-made stone. Zincite is the byproduct of smelting process. It forms in the ashes. It's quite amazing, really. And it's gorgeous, and it's got a beautiful energy. And it was created. So does that mean it's not useful as a healing tool? Or it's not the same as its natural crystals? I mean, really only you can answer this, because you're the one that's going to be using it. You're the one that's going to be experiencing it. But I love crystals and stones in any form. Opalite is another one that is just stunning. And yeah, you can get opalite in its natural version. And a lot of people will tell you that it's natural when it's not, when it's glass, because it's so rare to find. But it's a beautiful stone to wear as jewelry, or to connect with and heal with. And then there's the aura crystals, the crystals that there's emerald aura, there's amethyst aura or violet aura, there's ruby aura, there's angel aura, there is all kinds of crystals, and they're not quite natural, because what happens is they are coated with either a precious metal or something. I don't know what they use to create all the different ones. I know some of them use silver or gold or platinum, I believe, in the process of making them. But technically they're man-made. They use a natural crystal to begin with, but the coating that gives them that vibrant, sparkly, spectacular, vivid shine, and that comes through a man-made process. And healers love those. I know many healers who use those. So here's the thing. The problem is not that we're using man-made stones. The problem is that people are trying to pass natural stones off as, pass man-made stones off as natural. That's when the problem comes in, because the energy then becomes one of deception. And again, does that mean you're not going to have great experiences with them? Absolutely not. You absolutely can have amazing experiences no matter what. But I'm a big proponent of be transparent and honest and truthful with what you have and what you're getting. And I don't have any problems with people naming stones different things, because sometimes, the names aren't as sexy. Like, for instance, growth interference quartz crystals. It's not a sexy name. But shift crystals, you know, now it sounds sweeter. But I love to know, I love to know if you're naming something pretty and sexy. I still want to know what it is. And it's not the name that is, well, it shouldn't be the name that, you know, that sets your body tingling. It's the energy of the stone. We use man-made things all the time in our society, and we name things, different things, to make them more appealing and just for the creativity and fun of it. It doesn't change the essence of what it is. But what it does is it can change our experience of it because of what we believe it to be. So we might end up missing out on something really special because we believe one thing about something and then we close our hearts and our minds off to what it really is. And then at the same time, we might experience something really spectacular because of the deception. So if somebody says this is a natural green obsidian and it's amazing and wonderful, and you take it home and you believe it's a natural green obsidian and you start to open up to the energy of this crystal, even though it's not natural, you could have an incredible spiritual shift that changes your life completely. So in that case, you might have experienced this only because you believed it was real and otherwise wouldn't have brought it home and missed out on the experience. And again, I strongly believe in transparency and honesty. But sometimes the universe creates these situations that allows us to experience something that we wouldn't otherwise have because we've closed ourselves off to it. So the reason I'm talking to you about this right now, the reason I'm telling you about this right now is because I'm inviting you to have a more open mind about working with the crystals and working with man-made stones and being very rigid in what you're willing to work with, because everything that comes into creation, no matter how it gets here, once it's here, it has purpose, it has consciousness. And it might not be what you were expecting or what you wanted, but you can still have a beautiful experience with it. So just a little something to open your hearts a little bit to, and if you're feeling drawn to these gorgeous green obsidians and would like to experience them, through the energy of a star song, get in touch, let me know. I'd be happy to connect with you and connect you with these crystals. And if you don't know what a star song is, I guess I should mention. Star songs are magical, and I am not using that word lightly, and I know I say magical a lot, but these really are magical elixirs of crystal energy that are transmitted across distance. You could say for the purpose of healing, I like to see it more as transformation. Kind of re-becoming what you are, re-becoming who you really are is how I would say it. That's how it's coming to me to say today. And the way they are created is with crystals and water and magic. And they are sent to you over distance, and we connect together as they are coming into creation, and afterwards to when they're complete, to talk about your experience of them. And that's what the star songs are. They have been one of the most, if not the most, transformational medicines that I have ever experienced in this lifetime. They've saved my life, and I talk about it on my website, and they've brought peace and healing and transformation to many, many people. And I'm going to stop talking about them right now because I've said what I wanted to say. When I start to talk about the star songs, I get a little carried away. So if you want any other information about the green obsidian, about obsidian in general, I'm going to be sharing more about obsidian this week. I'm going to be putting up some new obsidian stones onto the website. And if you're feeling connected to these two big, beautiful green obsidian crystals, let me know. And we can talk about getting them to you. So that's it for today. If you missed part of this recording, I'm going to be posting it, so you'll get to see the whole thing. And if you have any crystal questions, get in touch. If there's any crystal that you're looking for that you don't see on the website, get in touch. And I send you lots and lots of blessings and so much crystal love.